Hello students, welcome back to the class. So last class we have discussed about the Indian features of Indian politics. So we will continue the same topics. What are the feature of Indian politics? In this we are learning how is the political system in India. Okay, what are the political systems we are in India they are following? Everything we'll discuss it. In the previous classes we have discussed about the parties, like what are the aim of political parties. Some political parties will represent the problems in front of government, they will try to solve the problem. Some political parties will create awareness among the citizens about some different issues and all. Okay, so now we are going forward to the next point. Children, already we have discussed, for every successful functioning for democracy, political parties are very important. If there is no political parties, government will not form. If there is no government only, then who will run the country? So political parties are important. In every democratic country, without having political party, the state cannot function by itself. To function the state, we need a political party. If political party will be there, they will contest, they will form the government. They will contest elections, and if they win, they can able to form the government. So in every successful democracy, we can find political parties are very important. Now if you say, political parties will alert the people about various issues. So political parties will create awareness among the people. Sometimes the opposition parties will criticize the ruling party, sometimes they will bring some important views and critics for the ruling party. So that's why in every democratic country they should have political party. If there is a ruling party, the opposition party are very important. They will criticize the ruling party, they will bring out some important issues in front of the people and all. Next, first we have seen that the feature of Indian political parties are multi-party system. In one political party, in every country, if it is a democratic country, if they have democracy, then they should have more parties. They should not have one party. If they have one party, then that party can be act like a dictatorial party, like monarch party. Okay, it can be act like a dictatorial party. So we can't say that is a complete democracy. So at least they should have many parties. Okay, if in any country if there is having more than one party, then that party is called as multi-party system. Now ideological spectrum, when you are saying the political parties are mainly consists of different ideology. Some political parties are following some ideology, some are following different ideology. So all the political parties ideologies are quite different. Okay, we'll study what. Mainly in India, if you see, the political parties are mainly consists of three groups. One is called rightist, one is called leftist, and one is called centrist. So political parties are mainly consists of different type of groups. One is called rightist, one is called leftist, and one is called centrist. Now what is meant by rightist means the political parties which are mainly conservative and traditions, which are mainly wanted to preserve, which they wanted to conserve the old ideas, which they wanted to preserve the traditions and the culture. So that type of political parties are called as rightist. Okay, rightist means which are quite wanted to preserve their old cultures and old religions. They wanted to preserve the old language, they wanted to preserve our culture and tradition. Okay, so that type of political parties which wanted to preserve our old system, that is called as rightist. For example, if you see BJP party and Shiv Sena party, the most of the parties will give importance to Hindutva culture. So they were called as rightist. So they wanted to preserve their culture. So whenever the political parties are there, whenever the political parties wanted to preserve their culture, or if they wanted to preserve their tradition, okay, if they wanted to preserve their literature, so that type of political parties were called as rightist. Best example, BJP party and Shiv Sena parties, they are highly conservative and traditions. So they wanted to conserve their old tradition, they wanted to conserve their old culture. So these types of political parties were called as rightist. Next we have discussed the political parties which were called as leftist. Which political parties were called as leftist means the political parties which mainly thinks about society, social equality, the political parties which mainly oppose social hierarchy. Hierarchy is nothing but the systems which are following since from generation to generation. For example, since ancient time we know that there is a system that powers the king's son. Okay, the king's son are the nobles. Okay, zamindars. Okay, the power which are given based upon the social order. Okay, for example, I'll give India. Best example is in France. In France, we know we have three estates: first estate, second estate, third estate. The member of first estates were given respectable position. Second, most of the first estates are mainly belongs to clergymen. Second estates are mainly belongs to nobles. So in France, in the olden days, there were three estates: first, second, third estate. First estates and second estates have no right to pay the tax, and they will be given more importance in the society. And this generation, this types of system is running from generation to generation. So giving more importance, okay, giving more importance to the high class and in the society, which is being running from generation to generation, that is called as social hierarchy. For example, in India, Brahmins, Kshatriyas. Okay, so the son of Brahmins, the son of Brahman will be Brahman only, the son of Kshatriya will be Kshatriya. So in the society, they will get more respect because they belong to the same family. So that is called social hierarchy. Importance will be given. Importance should be given according to the talent. Importance should be given according to the skill. Okay, obedience and all skills. But leftists are the people who are giving more importance to social equality. Okay, they wanted that in society all the people are equal. So they believe in social equality, they believe in socialism, they believe in communism. They never believe in social hierarchy, a system which gives more importance to the high class and systems which are not giving importance to the low class and which is being running from generation to generation. So that is called as hierarchy. Okay, king's son is a king. Okay, this system is running from generation to generation. Okay, Nawabs will be there, the sons will be Nawabs only. So that is running from generation to generation. So power which are transferred from generation to generation. So here leftists are the people, they are not believing in social hierarchy. That's why they are opposing the social hierarchy. The power which is passes from father to the son. Okay, social position. And here we can find leftists are giving more importance to social equality. So some political parties are believing in social equalities, like Communist Party in India, socialist parties are there in India. So this Communist Party in India will give more importance to the social equality. According to them, social equality is very, very important. Society was created where all the people should live equally. So that's why they will give more importance to the social equality. Who leftists will give more importance to the social equality. Next, now for example, communist bloc and forward blocks are there in India. They were called as leftist and they were social oriented. They will think about the society, they will think about social equality. They oppose social hierarchy. Okay, they oppose social hierarchy. So they believe that in society all the people should be equal, all the people should be given equal respect. Now come to the point, remaining parties. Remaining parties were called as centrist party. Okay, remaining parties were called as what? Centrist parties. Centrist parties are nothing but who are highly moderative. Okay, moderate political views, modern political views. Moderate political views mean they have modern political views. They were called as centrist. So children, what we have discussed in India, we have three important parties. Ideologies are not same. Any political parties ideologies are quite different. So if you see here, most of the political parties ideologies are quite different. Some were called rightist, some were called leftist, some were called centrist. Rightists are nothing but the political parties which are highly conservative and traditions, which they wanted to conserve their old culture, old tradition. For example, BJP party and Shiv Sena party. These are the best example of rightists. Next one, leftist. The political parties which will give more importance to the social equality and which are opposing the social hierarchy, and these political parties are social oriented. That parties are called as leftist. Next one is centrist. The political parties which are having a moderate views, that they were called as centrist political party. Next, new cadet paste. Now children, already we know in Indian political system how that whenever the elections will be conducted, we do not have political staff. Now for example, first in Telangana, most of the elections were conducted in first. So do you think that is the permanent staff? No. So these are staffs which is mainly hired during the elections. Election commission does not have their own staffs. Okay, during elections, separate staffs will not be appointed for elections. The reason, elections are mainly conducted for every 5 years. Once we need the people. Okay, For conducting elections, we need every 5 years. Okay, and that's why we do not have a particular staff for conducting elections. To appoint these staffs, we are mainly appointing all these staffs which are working in elections are mainly appointed from the local teachers. They are mainly appointed from the other staffs, central and state government peoples. Okay, government employees are the mainly employees. They are working during the elections period. So they does not have particular staff, because if this work will be conducted daily, then particular separate staffs will be appointed. But the problem is elections will be conducted for every 5 years, and that's why there is no particular staff for conducting elections. And whatever the staffs which are working during the election, these are mainly the staffs which are mainly hired from central government, state government. On the request of Chief Election Commission, Chief Election Commission will request the President that he requires some staffs, then the President will order to the state government to provide some staffs. On the order made by state government, some amount of government staff will be working during the election duty as an election duty. That is one point. So no candidate based elections, no separate candidates will be appointed for the elections. These all candidates which are working during the elections are mainly hired. Some are hired from the government staff, some will be hired from the local and private staffs also. Next, no internal democracy. Democracy is functioning at higher level in India, but when you are talking about the lower level, most of the people, for example, no internal democracies are there for offices. Now take an example, most of the offices are appointed at Zilla Parishad. Okay, offices are appointed at Mandal Parishad. We have discussed already in the last class how these offices are appointed. When these offices are appointed by the people, we can say there is democracy. But these offices are not appointed by the people. They are appointed by the high command based upon their exam qualified. Whenever they will qualify some competitive exams or based upon their skills, they will be only qualified, only they will be appointed by high command. So there is no internal democracy. Okay, internal democracy is not there in system. Why? Because top ministers are mainly appointed, ministers and president, prime ministers are mainly appointed by the people. So when we are talking about the officers, most of these officers are not appointed, they are appointed by the high command. This is one point. In Indian political system, Indian political system is a coalition party. Suppose if no political parties will get seat, okay, then these parties can able to with other party. If one party is joining with other party to form the government, that type of government is called coalition government. For example, 1977, what happened? 1977, there are many parties like Janata Party, Bharatiya Janasangh, Bharatiya Lok Dal, Socialist Party. All these parties combine together and form a coalition party. Okay, coalition party means it's a combination of two parties. So best example, when you are taking Bihar election, when it was conducted. So in Bihar election, two parties were formed government. One is Janata JDU party and one is BJP party. They form a government on the basis of coalition. When two parties will combine together and when they will form government, that form of party is called as coalition party. When this will happen is when elections, when no party can able to get majority seats. If one single party cannot able to get the majority seats, in that condition what will happen? Two parties will combine together and they will form the government, that is called as coalition government. So in Indian political system is completely a coalition based party. Next one, constant splits and factionalism in India. Constantly we can find conflicts and splits are common among the political parties. Sometime whatever the coalition parties will form, sometime they will be splitted. Okay. Sometime what will happen, some people will leave and they will join in other party. So commonly we can find in Indian political systems, normally it will be splitted. Sometime it will be split, sometime there is conflicts, etc. Now Indian political party systems should have charismatic leader. Leader should be a charismatic leader. So most of the political parties have the charismatic leader. For example, when we are talking about Congress, Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, okay, these all leaders plays very important role. They were the charismatic leader according to the party members. P.V. Narasimha Rao, all this Manmohan Singh, they were the charismatic leader. When we are talking about BJP party, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Narendra Modi, so all these peoples are charismatic leaders in according to their party, in respect of their party. Okay, like that if you see TRS, Mr. KCR is also a charismatic leader of his party. So all these people are charismatic leader. So this is also one features of Indian political system. So every political system have their own they have their charismatic leader. So once again I will go forward. So what we have discussed and what we have studied in this present lesson. Children, we are studied about features of Indian political system. Already we have discussed that political system is very important for every democratic country. Political parties every time they will alert the people, and political parties they will create awareness among the people about various issues regarding forest, environment, okay, population, etc. So first feature of every Indian political system is multi-party system. In every democratic country, they should have more party. Indian political system is also consists of multi-party. Okay, overall we have at present 6 national party and 56 regional party. So that's why India is a multi-party system. Second thing, ideological spectrum. In India, if you see that political parties are there, they have different type of ideas. Not all the political parties are possessing the same ideas. Some political parties are called rightist, some political parties are called leftist, some political parties are called centrist. Rightists are nothing but the political parties who wanted to conserve their own traditions and own culture, they were called as rightist. Some political parties who wanted to, who are quietly give more importance to social equality, socialism, or who are opposing the inequalities in the society, who are opposing the social hierarchy, okay, which are giving importance based upon birth. Okay, which are giving more importance to based upon birth. So that type of social party which is giving importance to the equality, social oriented party, they were called as leftist. For example, Communist Party of India, they were called as leftist. Centrist means the political parties which are quietly moderate views, they have the modern ideas, that political parties were called as centrist. Now in Indian political systems are no candidate based, means in whenever the elections are conducted in India, we do not have a separate candidates. For elections we do not have separate candidate. So these candidates are mainly hiring. We are hiring from the central government employee and state government employee, we are hiring for one day. Okay, for one day purposes we are hiring. Why we do not have a separate staff for election? Because elections duties are conducted once in 5 years. Okay, and that's why if it is conducted daily basis, then maybe the separate staff will be appointed, but it is conducted once in 5 years, and that's why separate staffs have not been appointed. Expenses also will be increases, and that's why this is also the main thing, that separate staffs are not there, they are mainly appointed. The Chief Election Commission, he will request the president, and president will request all the state government to provide the staffs for election duty. This is one point. No internal democracy in the country. Internal democracy means when we go to the bottom offices and top offices will be there, officials, they are not appointed based upon democratic manner, they are mainly appointed by high command. So that's why there is no internal democracy. Okay, they are not appointed by the people. Most of the top offices are not appointed by all the people. For example, ministers, chief ministers are nominated by the people. So we can say there is democracy. But top officers are not nominated by the people, they are nominated by high command. That's why there is no internal democracy. Fifth one, we have discussed coalition. Indian political party system is mainly based upon coalition party. Coalition party means what? When two parties will combine and when they will form the government, that is coalition party. Maximum if you see in India, most of the party today, there are coalition based party. Okay, I have said Maharashtra, take an example, NCP party. Okay, and 3 important parties have able to form, Shiva Sena party, NCP party and Congress party. These 3 parties have able to form government, and that party is called coalition party. When this coalition party will form is during the elections, when no party can able to get seats, when no single party can able to secure the majority seats, then they will form the coalition party. Constant splits and factionalism. What is meant by that? So most of the time what happens, the political parties are getting splitted. Okay, due to the reasons, conflicts are common in our system. Conflicts are mainly common in political system. For example, when Indian Congress party was formed, there was only one party. From that, new members, what they will do, they will go and they will form one more party. Due to the conflicts and due to frictions, what will happen, from that party they will go and they will form their new party. So like that, what is happening, the new political parties are getting increased. Next, charismatic leader. This is also one features of Indian political system is we have charismatic leader. Every party have their own charismatic leader, okay, which represent nation. So for example, TRS party have KCR charismatic leader, BJP party have Narendra Modi and Atal Bihari Vajpayee as the charismatic leader. Congress party, when we are saying Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi, they were the charismatic leader who are leading their party, who leaded their party. So this is about the Indian political system, children. In the next class, we will discuss about anti-defection law. Okay. So this is, we have completed a topic. We will meet you in the next class. Thank you very much.